conversation, the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo. What do you know about this event? It shall be taking center stage on the 27th all the way to the 29th of April this very month. And guess what? It's going to be very virtual, meaning if you're in Iganga, you're in Hoima, you're in Gulu, you will be able to participate in the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo. Take on the Pearl with love. Those are the two campaigns that were expedited by the Uganda Tourism Board to promote Destination Uganda. Claire Mugabi, the marketing manager, UTB, is here to acquaint us with what we need to know. A very good morning, Claire.
Good morning. How are you?
So, the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, I've been hearing a lot online. Yes. But then acquaint us. The listeners and viewers are watching and they want to know, what is POATE all about?
Yes, good morning, viewers. POATE in full is Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, and it's an annual event organized by the Uganda Tourism Board, intended to bring together tourism sector players across the globe. And by players, we mean everyone across the tourism value chain, including the tour operators, hoteliers, travel agents, you name it. So this platform is intended to bring together all those people, from the domestic players to the regional and international players, to network and create business linkages, especially right now in the face of COVID. People have been really out of touch with their partners from across the globe. So POATE this year is intended to help people reconnect with their networks, create new business linkages with the intent to jumpstart our tourism sector.
And of course, it's an avenue to sell Uganda abroad. But then
Yes.
I was also reading some literature and it was showing me that it will create opportunities for the people in Uganda to propel growth in our economy. How will that be able to be, achieved?
Yes, definitely, because like we said, from the time COVID broke out, we started to look more inward, promoting domestic tourism.
Yes.
And we've rolled out a couple of campaigns, including Take on the Power, that started around September. So we will also want to use POATE this time round to encourage Ugandans to come and participate, so that they come and get more information about tourism, more information about the domestic packages that we have out there for them. We've worked together with our private sector to further subsidize the prices for Ugandans. So I'm encouraging all Ugandans out there to come and participate in POATE to take advantage of the highly subsidized domestic packages that we have in store for them.
And you also say, according to the literature I was reading, this is going to be a virtual event.
Yes.
How will that be expedited during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, it's going to be a virtual event, meaning that it's going to happen online. We've worked with specialists that develop applications. So we have a very, very, very good application that we're going to use. For you to log on, you just have to go to www.poate.co.ug, and it links you directly to a platform called Uber. That is what we're going to use to connect and conduct POATE. The advantage about this is that because it's virtual, it's extending our reach, not only locally but also globally. Like you said, we are going to have people coming in to participate from the US, from Canada, from all over the world, but also locally. So I encourage all Ugandans you just have to log on to your computer or use any gadget that can connect to the internet to be able to participate in POATE.
Let me get this straight. We are dealing with a partial internet shutdown on social media especially. So you're telling me this online portal that you're going to be using won't be affected in any way?
Not at all, because the platform has nothing to do with social media, long as you're connected to the internet, and the internet is perfectly working at the moment. So long as your internet is working, you can perfectly connect to the platform.
So POATE will take place from the 27th to the 29th of April under the theme Restarting Tourism for Regional Economic Development. So what should our people expect on this day?
What people should expect is that, especially starting with the sector players, which is our number one primary audience, they will be connecting with people from across the globe. Like I said, there's been a big disconnect from the time COVID broke out. Before COVID, we used to travel, go and attend expos outside of Uganda in order to create new business partners and linkages. That has not happened for over a year. So POATE is intended to reboot our sector, to restart our sector and reconnect it to the rest of the world. So for the sector players, they should expect to create good business prospects. We are expecting over 400 to 500 people from all over the world, and we are talking top caliber Africa selling operators. So POATE is going to present us an opportunity to jumpstart international travel. For a while now, we've been trying to promote domestic tourism, which has worked perfectly well. As you can see, for the past few months, all our parks and different destinations have been thronged by Ugandans. Now that the vaccine is out, we are starting to promote international travel, to rebuild confidence in travel around Uganda. And good enough, our president, thanks to the president, he's done a wonderful job containing the pandemic by spearheading the campaign against the spread of COVID. So as a country, we are very well positioned in terms of safety. across the region. So Uganda is not only a beautiful destination, but also is a very safe destination, which is really giving us a lot of competitive advantage in the face of the pandemic. So we want to use POATE to further, showcase what the Pearl of Africa has in terms of our tourism proposition and get people to know what we have. How are we, share more information about our readiness to receive them, and also most importantly, what SOPs we've put in place to guarantee their safety in the face of the pandemic. Because right now, safety is key on everyone's mind, every traveler. It does not matter how beautiful a country is, long as it is not safe, they will not come. So as a country, we've put in place a lot of standard operating procedures to guarantee and ensure the safety of our visitors, right from the way they jet into the country, from the airport, across the country, across the different destinations. We've put around different procedures to ensure they are safe in Uganda.
Well, since the partial reopening and the resuscitation of the economy, do you believe Ugandans have fully embraced domestic tourism as we speak?
Yes, they have, and actually I would want to thank Ugandans because they have listened to our call from the different campaigns that we've run. Because before we embarked on these campaigns, we conducted ample research to find out what could be some of the reasons that could be hampering uptake of domestic tourism. And some of the findings were that, one, there was lack of knowledge about the different places to go. Many people were saying, we have the money to travel around Uganda and the time maybe, but we don't know where to go. What are the different products that you have? Where can I go? Some of them actually also had a perception that, traveling is for a Muzungu. For you to be a tourist, you have to be a white person. So we've gone ahead also to demystify that perception to see, and also people. And the other thing, for people that could afford travel, many of them thought that for me to feel that I'm traveling or a tourist, I should go outside of Uganda. I must post pictures when I'm in Dubai at the Burj Khalifa. I must be seen in Mombasa. I must be seen, in Zanzibar. So we went ahead to demystify most of those things. The other was about the pricing. There was a perception that our prices are not very good for affordable for Ugandans because most of the players were quoting their prices in dollars. So we went ahead to address all those hurdles, starting with a gap around information. Throughout the campaigns, we've been disseminating information about the different places that you can go to in terms of tourism, how to book your trip there, how to get there, how much it takes for you to go there. Then we've also gone ahead to engage our sector players because as the government, we do not own facilities. It is the private sector. So we've gone ahead to engage them to get them to further subsidize their pricing for Ugandans to make it more affordable, but also most importantly to start quoting in Ugandan shillings. Because when someone hears dollars, even if something is just $10, they will not really, it doesn't automatically click that this is less than 50,000 shillings. It just sends the message that this is really expensive. So we've gone ahead also to work around that and get most of our players to start quoting Uganda shillings for the domestic market. So to basically come up with propositions that are customized to the domestic market, and that has worked quite well. From the time we launched our Take on the Pearl campaign around September last year, we started by working with different celebrities in Uganda, domestic, local celebrities, people like Cindy, people like Eddie Kenzo. We took them around the country. So we used their social media platforms and our platforms to further put out information about the different places that you can go to. And actually, as a result of those campaigns, we've seen a lot of Ugandans traveling. People are traveling in groups, as families, as couples, every weekend to different destinations. Just last weekend, over the other weekend, the Easter weekend, you could not find any free place to go. Everything was fully booked and by Ugandans, which is amazing. So right now we want to start striking a balance because domestic tourism has kicked off, and now that the vaccine is starting to be rolled out across the globe, we see, we want to start striking a balance between promoting domestic and international travel so that we have Ugandans traveling around Uganda, but also start to bring in foreigners because they're the people that used to bring in most of our revenue.
Also, Claire, as the Uganda Tourism Board, what kind of impediments or obstacles have you met while expediting these two campaigns, Take on the Pearl with Love and also the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo?
Of course, there's been, starting with the COVID, COVID has caused a lot of disruption in the sector. It's really, to say that COVID paralyzed our sector would be an understatement. We came to a standstill because of the pandemic. So because of that, there was a lot of disruption across the chain. People could not come in, the borders were closed. Many of our sector players had to close their businesses. Many of them, became bankrupt. They laid off their workers. There's quite a lot of disruption. But we are starting to restart and, come back as a sector. Starting with domestic tourism, like I mentioned, things are really starting to look up. with the rollout of the vaccine, we really believe that we are going to see a lot of people coming in, especially from our core targets of market. As the tourism board, we don't target everywhere. You know, we try to be very specific in the terms of the target markets that we focus on. So we are looking at the North American market, the UK, Ireland, and German-speaking countries. Those are the traditional markets that we've always focused on as Uganda. But then also in the past 2 to 3 years, we started to tap into new emerging markets like China, Germany, and UAE. So we believe that with aggressive promotion and also with the COVID vaccine being rolled out and with our positioning right now as the safest destination in Africa, we believe that you're going to see a lot of arrivals.
Of course, the COVID-19 jabs will only increase optimism, confidence among the people who would want to travel and visit Uganda. Destination Uganda would be actually a success. But then would like to know, Claire, what will it take to ensure that Destination Uganda, Tourism Uganda is an astronomical success? What will it take?
It's going to take a lot of promotion on our side and also positioning. It's going to take a lot of aggressive promotion, because as the tourism board, our core mandate of the tourism board is promoting and marketing Uganda as the preferred destination. So we are investing quite heavily in promoting, but also most importantly on enhancing the image of the destination. We are working around rebuilding, like you said, visitor confidence in the destination. So basically it's going to take a lot of promotion, and also it's going to take a lot of improving and sprucing up, enhancing our product offering. Because more than ever, people want value for money in the face of COVID. Most people have lost their jobs, their incomes have dwindled. So before someone spends money, especially on a long-haul destination like Africa, like Uganda, they must be sure that they are going to get value for their money. So as the tourism board, you're going to invest quite a lot in quality assurance, ensuring that we inspect our facilities to ensure that they operate at minimal acceptable standards, improve our product offering. So we'll be investing quite a lot in improving our products across the chain, and also introducing very new products, because in the face of COVID, tastes and preferences of our intended visitors have changed. So we're also going to invest a lot in research to find out where are the emerging preferences and what are the new products that are people looking for in terms of travel across the globe. If it is Ugandans, what would Ugandans want in terms of tourism? So you're going to invest quite a lot in market research, in product development, in quality assurance, and also in marketing.
All right, I'm talking to Claire Mugabi. She is the marketing manager, Uganda Tourism Board, and we are talking about the 2 campaigns that were launched to promote Destination Uganda. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo that will be taking center stage from the 27th all the way to the 29th of April. Please do not miss out. Did you know they'll be closing business deals worth 12.2 billion? Uganda shillings that will be actually be brought to these Ugandan coffers in the subsequent financial years. Claire is still here. Help me understand about these new business deals and the development of the private sector. Yes.
Yes, so like I said, POATE brings together different sector players, and at this platform we make sure that the communications are curated to attract top-tier Africa selling people and tour operators from outside of Uganda. So when they come, they start to discuss business with our local operators, they sign business deals. So we really believe and we are sure that we are going to be looking in business up to that tune of money. And also looking at the domestic front, like I said, we will be having Ugandans, the general public, also registering to get more information and also to actually book packages, because you're going to have our operators there, tour operators, the different sector players, showcasing
Bookings will
and
be
selling.
made instantaneously on the spot.
Yes, you can, because it doesn't have to be immediate, but you can book a travel for December, you can book your honeymoon, you can book, you can buy those packages there, and they are greatly discounted. So you're looking to book both local tourism and also international travels at the platform.
All right, Claire Mugabi, any last words for our dear viewers who are watching? That's your camera right there. Final words.
My final words to Ugandans are, first of all, I would want to thank all Ugandans that have embraced our call for domestic tourism. Like I said, many Ugandans are traveling around Uganda, even after borders opened, allowing Ugandans to go to Dubai like they used to go to Mombasa and all those other places. They have continued to travel around Uganda. So for us as the tourism board, we want to thank all of you and to encourage all of you to continue traveling around the Pearl of Africa. But then also, most importantly, POATE is coming up. POATE is Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo. It is our annual event that is organized to bring together all sector players from across the world.
What about Take on the Power with Love?
Take on the Pearl with Love is as a domestic campaign that just ended in March. So like I said, we were using it to promote domestic tourism and create awareness. And like I said, people have really, really embraced domestic tourism.
Yes.
So I'd want to thank them for that and also to encourage them to travel. But speaking about POATE, I encourage all Ugandans to log on to register for POATE participation. You visit www.poate.co.ug. POATE is POATE. .co.ug, register as a trade visitor / general public. When you register under that category, you will be able to create meetings with our local Ugandan sector tourism players so that you get more information about tourism in general, but also most importantly so that you get more information about the domestic, highly discounted domestic packages that are there. For us as the tourism board, we shall also be in attendance to disseminate any information that you may want. There are people out there that would want to venture into tourism as a new sector, people that would want maybe to venture into transport in tourism, set up accommodation facilities. The tourism board will be in participation as well to give you all the information that you may need to set up, the business and start doing business in the tourism
Claire
sector.
Mugabi, do you believe access to information is one of the impediments we grapple with on a daily basis as a reason as to why many of the Ugandans are not embracing domestic tourism?
Yes, like I said, that was one of the findings of our research, and we've used different avenues, for example, like the Take on the Pearl campaign, to disseminate some of that information. We are setting up information centers as a tourism board.
Right.
We are using our digital assets, like the website, the Facebook pages, different handles, to disseminate information on a daily through literature, documenting the different destinations that we have, but also we've put up videos and photos showcasing the different things that we have as a country as a means of closing the void of lack of information.
Have you also set up subsidized prices for RDA Ugandans?
Yes, we have, and that is, like I said, we've done that in collaboration with our private sector. Starting with Serena here where we are, if you go down there and try to find out, they're running at half the price that they used to charge for Ugandans previously.
Claire Mugabi, Marketing Manager, Uganda Tourism Board, many thanks for having made the time to speak to NTV Uganda.
Thank you too for having me.
Indeed. And also, you who is watching Morning at NTV, many thanks for that undeterred love and support. Also show the same for the Uganda Tourism Board with their new campaigns. Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, they Take on the Pearl of Love, ended in March. Yes, we need to love our country. You need to actually go out there and learn more about this country by visiting the different destinations that there are in this beautiful country of ours, the Pearl of Africa. 27th all the way to the 29th, that's when the virtual Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo shall be taking center stage. My name is Rami Busiku. Andrew Kagwa is coming on next with a conversation on whether or not music managers are errand boys or actually doing their work, managing the artists. We'll be right back.